can we say, on one hand, that fundraising is fundamental to your organization of British Vietnam Friendship Society, but that the main focus of the organization is awareness?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fundraising is important because that helps to bring the financial support to the Vietnam Red Cross for the victims. But it's the process of the fundraising, where you get the message across. And you never know who's going to come to your meetings, what kind of questions they will raise, and what message they will leave with.
How many schools in the UK have you approached and
Oh, I've spoken at about 15 universities, right? And there are colleges in Cambridge, in Oxford, SOAS in London, the London School of Economics, up in Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Leeds. Right?
Beautiful, yeah.
And it's all around, and I say next year when I go back, well, in October, November when I go, I'll be meeting more Vietnamese, because at the LSC on the 29th of November, the Vietnamese students will be putting on their annual conference.
Beautiful.
Which I will be invited to, as will the embassy. And there, they will raise funds for their charities, including the Vietnam Red Cross for the victims for the 89.
Beautiful, great. What kind of feedback are you getting from your audiences and the people who end up, sometimes criticizing you, sometimes? So what are some of the comments you're receiving?
I'm finding them very, very good indeed. And one, when I've done the one at the LSE, and which produced a letter to Obama, which not having got a reply, I then released, and quite a number said, that we actually cried when we read it.
Wow.
So I thought, well, great. If that led you to write a letter to Obama, we won, because that really is the object. As I said earlier in the program, if we can get thousands of letters in the White House addressed to either Barack Obama or his wife Michelle, letting them know what they've seen or what they've read about Agent Orange, especially the students who've seen the film and even this program, if the viewers can put pen to paper, that will help tremendously to raise the international solidarity, the campaign.
So if we can help our audiences get a hold of Obama's address and Michelle's address, where can we find their address?
You can find it on my website.
On your website, so...
which is www.lenaldis.co.uk.
I'm sure sometimes you get that frustration, but it's I mean, you go through empowerment, we can do something, and then you get disempowered. What do you do with this feeling?
Well, it only, I can understand, and sometimes I do get frustration, but it's very easily done because it makes me more angry.
So you channel it.
And it makes me more determined, you are not getting away with it. Sort of thing. When I've written to my MP and other MPs and spoken to them when I've been on the lobbies of the Parliament on the question of Agent Orange, I've had members of Parliament sign in favour, of the petition and so forth, what we call an early day motion, supporting the campaign, supporting the lawsuit, this sort of thing. But there are MPs, like everything else, that you would think would be supportive, but no. And that makes me angry, because they're in a position to help.
And I see that you channel all this frustration and that tiredness into more anger to keep you going.
Yes.
And hopefully that will keep you going for a much longer time, because the fight is not...
absolutely. We're entering a new stage.
Yeah.
We've gone through the legal channels.
Yeah.
Right? And that took 5-6 years. Right? Now the discussions with Invava as well, of course, as to the next steps, and I hope in the next few months they will make the announcement as to exactly what are these next steps. But in the meantime, there are two causes now, the legal cause and the outside the court cause.
Okay,
In other
what's the
words,
difference between
what we're
those two?
trying to do now is to take it to the highest court, which is the world public opinion. In 1973, President Nixon put on an international embargo on this country, and to its shame, my country supported it. And that embargo lasted 21 years.
A long
and you have
time.
just gone through the most devastating war known to mankind. And now I'm arguing, in my country I'm doing it, and I would like here to be considered, that we put an embargo on the products of Monsanto.
An absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I hope the audience and you at home have been inspired by your determination, and hopefully everyone will write a letter to governments and officials to contribute to your cause. Thank you again so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.